Okay, so by now you have seen several videos of me, Flavio, talking about the book Frank Baler Finds T.H. And you're getting the idea, right? The book was written by this character, Frank Baler, whom has a number of mystical adventures. We haven't quite gotten in there yet, but there's so much to discuss that is parallel to the book. And I was making little comments here and there while recording these videos. And then somebody gave me an idea, says, why don't you record on a different playlist just a few videos explaining what it is that we're doing, but not actually reading the book and making the more philosophical points. Let's just have a conversation about this, explaining what the vision is for this channel, for Frank Baler, for us, for you and I. So essentially, what I want to communicate with you is that I'm excited to get to know you. I think the people who would be interested in this book are people who have a depth to their character. They're looking for spiritual evolution, they're looking for growth, they're looking to get to know themselves and the place they occupy in this world and in the universe. Above all, because I've been teaching mystical philosophy for well over 25 years, and I have seen over the years that the people who are attracted to this kind of philosophy are people who want to be better people every day. So I'm honored to have you in this group. I'm honored to make your acquaintance. The first thing I'd like to ask you to do, introduce yourself in the comments section. Introduce yourself. Tell me something about you. My email is in the description. If you want to communicate to me something that you believe is a bit more of a personal or private nature, you can send me an email. But if it's something that you don't mind the rest of us finding out about collectively, then write down in the comment section. Okay? The other thing that I wanted to say is that you will notice we now have several playlists. The playlist called Frank Baler Finds T.H. is one in which I'm going to limit myself to reading the books and clarifying a few passages. Frank Baler told me himself that he wrote the book in a very cryptic way. It isn't, in one of the videos I was watching, I had said that if the book had been better explained, it would be too long and it's too difficult. And I don't mean this to sound like you guys would not understand it. I don't think that Frank Baler did a good job of explaining some of these topics. And I have no problem saying that because I actually believe this is the case. So the passages that are more cryptic, if you don't understand them, it isn't a limitation of yours. It is because Frank Baler did not explain them appropriately. So the question is then what to do, right? Write a whole new book or rewrite the whole thing or simply record these videos and discuss them with you. And that's what we're doing. So that's one playlist. The videos have generated some questions, some really provocative questions from a philosophical point of view. And those questions are generating new videos simply specifically answering your questions. So any question that you have, post them in whatever video. I get all the questions and I'll select one each week, or if I have more time, more of them, and I will record a video specifically answering your questions, whatever the question is. Okay, anything is fair game. The only thing is I cannot promise to answer all the questions, but I will certainly pick at least one question a week and answer it in a video specifically dedicated to answering that question. I have already published the first answer to one question. This week, another answer will be published to another question. There are several playlists there. This playlist, I call it Family Matters. And it is here where I feel that I have an opportunity to connect with you one-on-one and just explain what it is that we're doing. My dream is to be able to get some of you together, to get together with some of you and maybe discuss these things in person. Maybe we can get together over a weekend and actually do some of the rituals that Frank Baler have been a part of, and we're going to be reading and studying those rituals as we go along with these videos, okay? This entire project is a labor of love. I do it by myself as of now. As you can tell, there's a lot to learn, not only in terms of the quality of the videos, the recording, the thumbnails. So if you have any suggestions, I am humbled and appreciative if you would give those suggestions to me. I know that a lot of you are experts, are good, are knowledgeable, and if you can help out, join the team and help out, I would love to have your cooperation. So by all means, please make your suggestions. No suggestion is unwelcome because, you know, something might be very simple to you and quite obvious, and I may simply not know of it. So if you tell me, I would really appreciate it, all right? We're going to continue recording these Family Matter videos on a separate playlist so that you have access to whatever playlist you want or all of them. And let's begin to think about this together. Let's begin to wonder if all of us could get together over a weekend and actually do some of the rituals that you're going to read about Frank Baler taking a part in. I think it might change our lives. I think it might be a really life changer for all of us. And the book gets more and more interesting. The other thing that I'm going to say, I myself, Flavio, have written a few books. They're on Amazon under my name. I think I've written 7 books, non-fiction books, about 7 of them. One of them is in print right now. It's being written, it's already written, it's being edited. It's in Spanish. It's called El Ser Sofisticado. These books will be translated into English and Portuguese. I do that myself. I translate them myself. The Philosophy of Therapy is already in all 3 languages, edited, you know, it's doing really well. Now remember, this is a hobby for me, and so sometimes it doesn't get done as fast. And one of the books that has generated a lot of attention is the one about healing using hypnosis. That one we have not translated into English yet. And the reason why I wrote that in Spanish originally was to honor my mentor, who was born in Cuba, had a dream of returning to Cuba, but was never able to. Because of the political situation in Cuba, he never wanted to go back there. So I learned from him some of these things in Spanish, and I wanted to honor him, and that's why I wrote that book in Spanish originally. Normally I write in English first, and then I do the translation myself. I don't quite do direct translations on my previous books, the ones that I have. What I do is I rewrite them in a different language. I write in English, Spanish, and Portuguese, and that's how I've done the Philosophy of Therapy. And you can tell that the lengths of the book are quite different, and I don't even compare them. I just read and write in a different language, but it's not an actual direct translation. I tried translating one of them, and I thought it was too cumbersome. So I just kind of, okay, I know the topic, let me just rewrite it in a different language. And that's how I've done it. It's a fun hobby for me anyway. It just keeps me on my toes. So I have editors and everything. So I really appreciate reviews on those books on Amazon. But also, Frank Baler would appreciate the same thing, a review on Amazon. I have another channel exclusively where I put meditations. It's a channel just for meditations. I'm going to have a link here where you can go into that channel, and all I have there's no talking. All of the videos are meditations, and I think you might really, really enjoy that. Some of you, just various kinds of meditations. And if you have a request, something that you would like a meditation for, or specifically for, let me know. I'll prepare a meditation. I do all kinds of fancy meditations. I play with sounds and stuff. And because I've been a hypnotist now for 27 years, some of these meditations have become quite popular. All right? So let's just get to know one another and see if we can eventually get together over a weekend and have a great time learning more about ourselves and the universe. Blessings to all of you. Looking forward to meeting you soon.